how are we gonna do this now? Hi everybody. Okay, so ever since I posted that video, I think it was like my soft cut crease look using the Morphe 350. In the beginning of the video, I showed like a piece where I like pulled off my extension because it was bothering me, and then I put it back on. And ever since I posted that video, the amount of questions that I have been getting about what extensions I use, how I put in my extensions, I don't know. I just opened Pandora's box to questions about my extensions. So I'm gonna do a video on my extensions. In today's video, I'm just going to be showing you how I clip in my extensions into my hair, because I feel like that's a really common question people always ask me, like, how do I clip in my extensions? And it's so easy, guys. So I'm gonna show you guys how to clip in my extensions, and I'm also gonna be showing you my 3 go-to hairstyles right now using extensions. All 3 of them are very easy. It's just about how you clip in the hair to your head. That's really all that it is. And then how you style it. So I'm gonna be showing you how I do that stuff. I'm also going to be talking about the brand of extensions that I like and why I like these and why I have been using these for so long. So if you're interested in knowing what extensions I use, how I clip them in, how I like to style them, then just go ahead and keep on watching. So let me give you the little backstory, my history with extensions. I started wearing extensions when I was 17 and I'm 22, so my God, I've been fake for 5 years, guys. Going strong, 5 years fake. Okay, so I've been wearing extensions for 5 years. I have had like every type of extension that you can imagine. I've had the hot heads. I've had, what's it called? The ones that they put like a little bead and then clamp the bead to like attach the weft to your hair. I've never had a full out weave, but I have had the fillers, that it was just like 3 braids in the back of my head, and each braid had a weft sewn into it. And out of every single type of extension that I have ever had and that I've ever tried, I always go back to the clip-ins. I just like how versatile the clip-ins are. I can have short hair one day, long hair another day. I can have an ombre one day. I can have all one solid colored hair the next day. It's not damaging to your hair at all. I mean, over long periods of time, if you wear these extensions every single day and you're always pulling at your hair, eventually the areas where you do clip in the clips, I mean, I'm talking like over time, guys, like years and years and years and years and years, the hair will thin out a little bit. But I've been wearing extensions for 5 years and my hair hasn't gotten any thinner. Actually, on the contrary, my hair is a lot healthier now than it has been for a very long time. I think this is the healthiest it's been since I was like 13. Yeah. So the extensions that I have used for the last 5 years and the ones that I absolutely love are the design lengths ones. I always get them in the 18-inch and I buy them at Sally's Beauty Supply. I will link them in the description box below so you guys can check them out on the Sally's website. I believe the 18-inch is around $120. I know that when I used to buy them, they used to be a little bit cheaper. They used to be like $95, and over the years, they've little by little put the price up. The first set that I ever had from this company, I had my hair like all dark, and I had those extensions for almost 2 years, and when I tell you that I wore them every single day, I'm not exaggerating. My hair was my safety net. My extensions were my best friend. They do last, and they are very good quality. The reason why I like the Design Lengths brand is because they have like a natural body wave to them. So even when you wash them and let them air dry, you'll see that they have like a little bit of a wave to them. These actually are not design lengths. This is the first time that I didn't buy the design lengths one. I went to Sally's to get a new set of extensions, and I let the lady talk me into getting the other brand that they have. I can't think of the name of it right now off the top of my head, but I will link this brand below too. It comes in a burgundy box. She convinced me to get those because she goes, oh, these hold curls so much better and they just have more body. And I was like, okay. So I bought them. I hate them. They're terrible. Not that I hate them and they're not terrible. I'm being dramatic right now. But they're just not as good as the design length ones in my opinion. The design lengths definitely have more body. They hold curls way better. Like these actually dry straight when I wash them. And in order for them to even hold a curl, I have to, like, while they're wet, put gel in them, let them air dry with gel, like load them up with like thickening spray, and like I have to like move mountains to get these to hold curls. When the design length ones, like I wouldn't even put hairspray sometimes and like my regular hair would fall and the extensions were still perfectly curled. So I definitely like the design length ones a lot better. However, I am going lighter. Hey, I'm gonna lighten my hair a little bit more in about 2.5 weeks. So I am gonna order some new extensions, probably like today or tomorrow. I'm gonna try out the Bellamy ones because obviously everyone is talking about them. Everyone's saying how amazing they are. I believe they are more or less the same price as the ones that I normally get. I will link the ones that I'm gonna order below so you guys can see which Bellamy ones I'm gonna get. Once I get those, I will give you guys a review on what I think about them, if I like them better than the design lengths. If I don't like them better than the design lengths, I will let you know for sure about that. I also will be doing a tutorial soon on how I cut my own extensions, how I color my own extensions, and all that jazz. Because I know that it can get really pricey to go to the salon to get, I mean, just getting your hair done in itself is really expensive. So if you can cut and color your own extensions and bring the cost down of getting your hair done, that's a good day, guys. That's a good day. Okay, guys, so you know, I just finished blow drying my hair. I did not iron it. I didn't curl it. I didn't do anything to it. I just blow dried it with like a round brush because my natural hair is real curly. So you guys know, I talked about this product on Snapchat, but I wanted to permanently document it here on YouTube. This conditioner, this is the Eden All Natural Cleansing Co-Wash from Body Works. Comes in a little tub like this. I recently got this when I went to BeautyCon in October, and this came in the little goodie bag. Ooh, this came like in the little goodie bag with a bunch of other stuff. And this says that it's a co-wash. I don't really know what a co-wash is. All I know is that I tried this, and what I like to do with it is I like to put this all in my hair, let it sit anywhere from 15 minutes to all night. Just depends when I put it in my hair. Rinse it out and then blow dry my hair right after it. This does wonders. It makes my hair blow dry so easily, and my hair is so naturally like curly and like my roots get really nappy. So this for me has been like a miracle product. I love it. So I will link this down below because I'm telling you, it's awesome. And I think it's like $8 at Sally's Beauty Supply. It's very inexpensive and it lasts forever because it is a big tub. Awesome stuff. Okay, so like I said, I just freshly blow dried my hair. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys how I clip in my extensions. So let's figure out how we're gonna do this right now. Okay. First, I gotta show you something else. So every pack of extensions that at least I've ever gotten has always come with 4 full wefts of hair just like this. So when you first get the hair, it's all the same length. Like when you hold it up, it's all gonna be the same length. What's different about the hair is the width of each weft. So for example, you've got one that's super wide, you've got one that's a little bit more narrow, you've got one that's a little bit more narrow, and then you have your narrowest one. So the way that you wanna put them in is you wanna go from the bottom of your hair all the way up to the top. And I'm gonna show you how to do that now. But you wanna start with the narrowest piece all the way at the bottom of your hair, closest to the nape of your neck. Then you wanna put in the next narrowest piece. Then you wanna put in the piece a little bit wider. And then lastly, you wanna put in the widest piece all the way across the top of your head. The pack of extensions also comes with 4 individual pieces of hair. So what we're gonna do with these is we're gonna put 2 on each side of our head, and I'm gonna show you how to put those into your hair now. Remember, keep in mind that these have already been cut. I already cut these to match my hair, which is why I can't show you how I cut them myself today, because then I would just have to keep cutting the hair. I don't wanna cut these anymore. So these are already cut and perfectly layered to my hair, and that's why they're gonna blend so well. Okay, so I'm just gonna start to part my hair using my fingers. I'm gonna try to do the part as close to the bottom of like my neck or my hair as possible. I wanna keep it really low because I don't want the extensions to show through the bottom. So I'm just gonna pin up the rest, or not pin it, clip up the rest of my hair so it's out of the way. And then I'm gonna take a little teasing brush and tease my roots just to make my hair a little bit, like if you make it a little more knotty and stick the clips more into like that knottiness, it's gonna reinforce the extensions a little bit better. I never do this, I'm just doing it to show you guys, but you can totally do it. Then I'm gonna grab my extensions, the narrowest piece, and I'm just gonna slide that clip down and then push on either side of the clip to clip it into my hair. I'm gonna do that to all 3 clips, and then I'm gonna put down my hair and continue to part it and clip in the rest of the hair. Okay, so now I'll show you how I put on the side pieces of this hair. So like I said before, these have already been trimmed and cut to match my hair, because these are the pieces that if you don't trim these and cut these, it's just gonna look like two like these two random like giant chunks of hair sticking out of your head that don't make any sense. Okay, so when I put in the side pieces, it's kind of weird. This has kind of changed for me over the years. I used to put the side pieces like literally right here, like really close to the front of my head, but I don't like putting them there anymore because like out of habit I go like this a lot to run my fingers through my hair, or like when I put my sunglasses up, and oh my god guys, the pain when that little clip pulls those little baby hairs. I swear, like you see stars sometimes. So I've been putting them a little bit further back because I don't like being in pain. So what I do is I try to find more or less where that last weft we put in was, the widest one at the very top of our head. And you can see it. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's right here. When I look, I don't know. It's right here. So I try to find like where that weft is, and I just put down a tiny little bit of hair just on top of that. I like to put the first one like right here, and then I like to put the next one right next to it. So basically, this one is right in front of where that top, like that top weft is finishing like about right here. Right here. So then I like to put the first clip right in front of that weft, and then I like to put the next clip right on top of it, like right where it's starting. Because again, like if I put it too close to the front, it hurts. So put those in there, and now we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So then, oh my god, guys, my paddle brush right now. Let me just like clean this off a little bit for you guys. Okay, so once I'm done clipping everything in, I just like to take my paddle brush and run my paddle brush through my hair just to make sure everything is nice and brushed out and blended together. If you just start like going into your hair with the paddle brush, you're gonna rip the hair out. And it's gonna hurt. Like it hurts when these little things pull your hair, so be cautious of that. So I always put my hand like where the clips are and just put a little bit of pressure. Once it's brushed out good, it's not gonna pull it out. But if you get to a knot and like rip it, it's gonna rip the hair out. And I promise you, it's not gonna feel good. And then once it's brushed out, you know, there's no knots, you don't have to hold the clips anymore. You can just totally brush it out normal. Okay, so the first hairstyle I'm gonna show you guys is the hairstyle that I probably do the most. This is a hairstyle that I have been doing since I was in high school. The whole reason why I got extensions when I was 17 years old is because that's, you know, like when Kim Kardashian became super famous and that long, dark, waved hair was like the style that everybody wanted. That style, I'm still living that life. I'm still living that curled style. But, so this is just something that for me, is super easy because I've been doing it for so long, and it's something that I do really quick. And normally when I go to get ready, I take so much time doing my makeup that by the time I go to do my hair, I don't have much time. So I just always do this because it just looks nice and it looks done up. It's basically just big, soft waves. So I'm gonna show you guys how I do it. The first thing I do is I just kind of part my hair. It doesn't have to be a perfect part or anything. I just part it down the middle and put my hair to either side so that there's no hair left in the back. A lot of people when they curl their hair, they part their hair and do it in parts, but ain't nobody got time for that. At least me, I don't have time for that. So I always just part it down the middle, and then I'll usually just, whatever. Where's my clip? I'll usually just clip one side so that it's not in my way. And I just start to grab pieces from the back. So like right now, I'm just gonna grab the lowest piece at the bottom from the back right here. The pieces are probably about like 1.25 inches is how much hair I'm grabbing of the width. And I'm gonna use my Hot Tools curling iron. And this is, I believe, I'm 99.9% sure that this is a 1 inch and 1/4 curling iron, which this is the only curling iron I've been using. I have been loving it. I know that wands are like the new thing now and everybody's loving the wands, but I like to buy curling irons because I like to have the option. I like to have the option to either use the clamp or to not use the clamp. I am gonna use the clamp in this look that I'm doing right now because I just like the clamp. So when I'm doing this style, I always make sure to curl my hair away from my face. So for example, we want the clamp facing forward. So we're gonna go ahead and grab this hair, clamp is facing forward, and I'm just gonna start to curl towards the back. I'm just gonna keep on doing that. I'm just gonna keep on doing this until I get to the very tip of my hair, and then I'm gonna curl it all the way into my hair. Oh, by the way, I already spritzed my hair with some hairspray. I just didn't show it on camera, sorry. Okay, so now we have this nice little curl. Throw it to the back. By the way, the hairspray that I used was the L'Oreal Paris Lock-It Weather Control Hairspray. It's a number 4, so it's an extra strong hold and it's humidity resistant. This is like, aside from Big Sexy Hair, this is the best hairspray that I have personally ever used. This stuff is awesome. I love it. And it's way cheaper than Big Sexy Hair, because Big Sexy Hair I think is like 20 bucks for the bottle. And this I think is like, 7 or 8, something like that, I'm not sure. So I'm just gonna keep grabbing random pieces. There really is no organized way as to how I grab my hair. I just start grabbing random pieces from the back that are about 1.25 inches long, and that's it. And I'm just gonna keep doing this over and over again to my whole head. Oh, and something that I forgot to mention before is that I am keeping my hair like really flat. Like I'm not letting it twist inside of the curling iron. Like I'm getting my hair flat and making sure that it stays flat as I curl it, so that I get a nice, super neat curl. Okay. Once I get to my bang, what I like to do is I like to flatten it down like this. I get the curling iron, put it in just like this, clamp it down, and I'm gonna start to curl. Because I want my bang to be like flat and to kind of hang in front of my face, but I want it to blend and curl in with the rest of my hair. So it'll kind of like, you see the shape how it's gonna be? It's gonna go like this and kind of like curl into my hair. So now I've got this cute little Shirley Temple thing going on. So now that we're done, I'm just gonna go ahead and spritz this. A little hairspray. Perfect. Spritz it over with some hairspray, and now we're gonna move on to the other side. Okay, so now that we have these fabulous little tendrils going on, I'm gonna brush it all out with the paddle brush. That's why I like to use a clamp when I do this, because when you use just a wand, it gives you more of a soft curl, and it's more of like a wave almost what it gives you, but when you use the clamp, it gives you a much tighter curl. I like to do the more tight curls because I like to brush it all out with a paddle brush, because it kind of gives that S-wave, soft type look. I don't know how to describe it, I just like how it looks. So you always want to make sure that your hair is not hot anymore. Like even if you still feel it a little bit warm, don't brush it out yet. Wait until your hair is completely cooled. And then I just take my paddle brush and I begin to brush it all together. And you can see that it just gives like really nice, soft wave curl thingamabobs. Once I'm done brushing it out, I usually just pick up like a little thin comb like this, and I'll just kind of start to tease a little bit, not a lot, just a little. Just at the root of my hair, just to, you know, add a little more volume. Nothing crazy. And again, there's not really a science as to how I tease it. I kind of just grab random pieces and stay close to my root, just so it's not so flat, you know, because I don't know, I like big hair, I don't like flat hair. So there's that, and then I'll just pick up a little bit of oil. I know that Moroccan oil is like super popular. That's one that everybody uses, like all the salons carry it, but I cannot use Moroccan oil. Moroccan oil, I'm dry. Like I'm like a super dry person. My hair is super dry. Like my hair is, you guys are, some people are gonna think this is super crazy, but I can literally go like 4 days without washing my hair, sometimes even 5, depending on how active I am, because my hair just doesn't get greasy. I'm just really, like I'm a very dry person. Well, my skin and my face. I don't think I'm dry. Anyways, so I don't use the Moroccan oil just because it makes my hair look like oil. Like, I don't know, I don't like it. So I use this Renewing Argan Oil of Morocco. It's from the, oh my gosh, I don't know how to say it. Organics, wow. It's from Organics. It comes like in this little, I don't know if it'll focus, in this like little bottle like this, and it's like yellow. I don't know, I just like it. It's more of a like, it's not as oily. It's more of a dry oil, if that makes sense. I don't know, it just doesn't make my hair like greasy, but it does tame away all the flyaways. It makes it look really smooth, and it makes it look like really healthy and shiny without being greasy. So that's why I like this oil. So I'll always just run some of this all through my hair just to give it a nice shine. And obviously, you know, I got the little nap situation, so I get a lot of flyaways and a lot of baby hairs. So I make sure that I put a lot of that up here, my roots, and here along my hairline, because it really does help my hair from, you know, getting the babies. This is the final hair look, guys, with these soft waves. Super easy, super quick. Sometimes if I wanna be like a little extra, I'll just tuck this right behind my ear, as so. I'll take a little more oil and I'll just kind of run that right here through my hair, and then I'll take a little bit of hairspray, spritz it on there. I'll take my little comb it down, and then I've got that nice little super fashionable, super chic tuck going on behind the ear. And you saw how long it took me to do the tuck. It takes 2 seconds. So I've been doing this a lot. This is probably the hairstyle that I do the most, just because it's really quick and it's really easy and it looks really done. So I do it all the time. So let's move on to the next hairstyle now. Okay, so I just went ahead and popped my extensions out. As you can see, most of the style is in the extensions. My actual hair doesn't really hold style that much. It's all in the extensions, guys. So I popped them out because this style is something that I do a lot also. If you remember when I showed you in the beginning of the video, all the wefts of hair, there was the 2 most narrow ones, and then there was 2 that were wider, that were all the way at the top of her head. So for this style, these 2 longer pieces that were towards the bottom, the more narrow pieces, we're not using these. We're just gonna use the 2 widest pieces. Like I mentioned before, these are already cut to match my hair, and my hair is like a little bit layered. These pieces at the top of my hair are much, much, much shorter than those pieces, the narrow pieces. The narrow pieces are what was giving me all the length, and then the two pieces at the top, the wider pieces, were cut much shorter, almost to about my length of hair right now, just to add more body and to add more fullness. So when I don't feel like having my hair long, but I still want my hair to be like very full and voluptuous, this is what I'll do. I'm just gonna go ahead and part my hair directly across the middle, and then a little bit right on top to clip in those two pieces, and that's it. So as you can see, this hair is about 2 fingers longer than my actual hair. So really, I'm not doing this for length, I'm doing it more like for volume. So a lot of the times when I'm in a rush and I just feel like being comfortable, I'll leave the side pieces out. But for today, I will put them in to show you guys. Okay, so when I have my hair shorter, I style it a little bit different than when I have it long. Just cause like, I don't know, when it's long, I feel like I like all that soft, you know, that soft wavy look because it's very voluminous and there's a lot more hair. But when I have it shorter, I like it to look a little bit more messy and like beachy. So for starters, I'm gonna use my 1-inch curling iron. This one's just from Conair. I've had this iron since I was 17. This is like the first curling iron I ever bought myself. And look at like the little stand thing fell off of it, but this is like the best iron in the world to me. I don't know why, I love it, it's so good. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same exact thing. Part my hair down the middle, put a little bit to each side, clip a piece to the side, and that's it. The only difference is that this time, I'm not gonna use the clamp. I am gonna wave it this time. So I'm just gonna grab a piece. This time, before I was grabbing like 1 1/4 to like 1.5 inch pieces. Now I'm grabbing like just a 1-inch piece, pretty much. So I'm grabbing smaller chunks, and I'm just gonna wrap it around and leave the end sticking out and hold it there. And just wait for it. And then I'm gonna let it fall. Okay, then the next piece that I grab, I'm gonna grab a piece exactly the same size, or more or less the same size. This isn't very organized. But instead of curling it away from my face, I'm gonna curl it towards my face. And once again, leave the end sticking out, as so. And just hold it. And I'm gonna keep doing that. Every time I pick up a piece, I'm just gonna curl it the opposite way that I just did. So I'm doing away from my face, towards my face, away from my face, towards my face. And I'm gonna do that over and over and over again until I get to like this front piece of my hair, and then I'll show you how I do the front, because the front is a little different. It's gonna look kind of funny like with the thing coming in. So I'll show you guys how to do that when I get there. Oh, and also, while I'm doing this, I'm not really being that meticulous about whether my hair goes flat against the iron or if it twirls. I'm kind of just being really messy and just grabbing pieces, and if it twists, like if the hair like kind of twists while it's getting in the curling iron, it's not that serious, not a big deal. I don't really care if that happens or not. Because again, this is more of like a messy type look. Okay, so now I'm just gonna leave this whole like chunk, like this whole front chunk to do after. So I'm gonna unclip this. Kind of do like a little poop on my head and just clip it right there. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna go ahead and do the same exact thing to the other side, and again, leave like more of the front part out because we're gonna curl that a little bit different. So now I'm gonna show you guys how I curl the front. When I curl the front, I'm just going to kind of part it down the middle right here. And then I've got this chunk from the bottom. Whenever I curl the front, I don't like to curl towards my face. I only like to curl away from my face. So that's really the only thing that's different. We're gonna do the same exact thing, twist it, doesn't matter if it's messy or not, and just leave the little tip out. Just wanna make sure that once you get to like that front part of your hair, you just continue to curl away from your face and not towards your face. I have tried to curl towards my face in the front, and I don't know, just on me personally, I just never like how it looks, and I always end up curling it away from my face. So I'm just gonna curl that out, okay, and away. And now let's do it to this side. So with this little piece of my bang right here in the front, if I curl it like this, it's gonna kind of like be sticking up and going out. So I'm gonna do the same thing as before. I'm gonna lay it flat, come behind it, and wrap it around. That way it kind of still hangs in my face a little bit. See what I'm saying? So now it like falls flat and it kind of swoops. Okay. So now, of course, we're just gonna spritz the hair over with some hairspray. Okay, so with this look, I'm not gonna brush out my hair with my paddle brush, because when you brush it out with the paddle brush, it kind of makes the curls all blend together and like fuse together, and it gives you more of like a soft, wavy type look. And I want this to look a lot more messy and piecey. So now that my hair has cooled off a little bit, I mean, yeah, it's not warm anymore. It's cooled off already. I'm just gonna run my fingers through it. And then if you want to, you can totally leave it like this. You can see it's like a really cute, like messy, like, hey, what's up? It's really cute and messy, but I actually want it to be a little bit softer than this. I'm just gonna take my flat iron and very softly, like I'm not clamping it. I'm just going like right over, really softly. I'm just grabbing it and just very softly going over it to kind of bring it down a tad. So as you can see now, it's just like a lot softer, not so curled, you know, it's kind of messy looking. And then of course, as always, I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of my oil, run a little bit of that through my hair. And that is it. So this is it. This is the final hairstyle. As you can see, it's a lot messier, a lot more nonchalant than the first one. So I wear this a lot. And then of course, you know, you can always do the tuck. You can do the fashion, the little fashion hair tuck with anything. So you can totally do the tuck with this too. Moving on now to the last hairstyle. Okay, so now moving on to the last hairstyle. This is actually a hairstyle that I put like a mini tutorial of on my Instagram. It's just like those Dutch braids that everyone's doing right now. So with this hairstyle, we're only gonna use the two bottom pieces of the extensions. So the two narrowest pieces that were all the way at the bottom, that were all the way at the nape of our neck, those two pieces at the bottom, that's all that we're using. We're gonna clip one into each side just to add length for our braids. Because, I mean, I do the braids sometimes with my short hair, but I just like how they look better with the long hair. Like they look a little more glamorous, like for when you're going out and stuff. So I have been doing this quite a bit also. So just taking my little small toothed comb, I'm gonna part my hair straight down the middle. I do this like 2 or 3 times because I can't see the back of my head. So I just like to make sure that I have it as straight as possible. I'm then gonna clip one side to the side so it's out of the way. And then I'm gonna start to part my hair. I'm going in a diagonal from the bottom part of my hair up to right on top of my ear. So it's almost like a diagonal from that middle part up to my ear. I'm gonna try to make it as straight as possible, but you know, it's kind of hard to see, so you just wanna try to feel it and make sure that it feels right. And then I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to clip in my extensions following that diagonal line that I made from the part up to the side of my ear. Okay, so when I start these braids, I just grab the front chunk of my hair and I split it into 3 pieces and I start to braid under. So I'm just crossing the hairs underneath of each other. I cross them under each one time before I start picking up hair. So you'll see that now I'm going to start picking up hair from the front and then I'm going to cross it under. And I do this very slow, by the way. This takes me a minute. And then I'm going to grab hair from the inner more part and attach it to this little piece, this little chunk in my hand, and then cross that under. And I'm just going to keep on picking up and crossing under over and over and over again until the braid is done. These braids are just all practice. It's just all practice of how you move your hands. It's super easy once you get it. But yeah, it does take me a minute, so. I'm just going to pull some of these pieces of the braid apart just so that it looks a little bit thicker, a little bit fuller, you know. And any of these little hairs that are sticking out, I'm just kind of like tucking them back into the braids. Okay, so I'm just gonna spritz now the front of my hair and use my little brush to I'm not even digging it in, I'm just kind of like caressing my hair, just being really soft and really gentle to kind of pull any of those extra little flyaways away. And I'm gonna pull out some little hairs here because I like when it looks like a little messy. And I am gonna push down my baby hairs here. So I like how my baby hairs show. I think it makes this look cute. And this is it. This is what it looks like when you are all done. Again, these braids are literally all just practice. Like, people always freak out about these braids and think they can't do them. Anybody can do them. I used to be the worst braider in the world. And then one day I was like, I'm gonna learn how to braid. And I just started watching YouTube videos and every night before I would go to bed, I would sit down and do a regular braid. And then after like a week of doing a regular braid, I started practicing French braids. And then by the time it came around to start trying to do Dutch braids, since I was already so used to the French braid, I sat down one night and did this for like maybe 30 minutes. And I was able to do them really loose, but I was able to do it. And with practice, I've been able to get them tighter and tighter and tighter. I'm still trying to perfect these braids, but like anything else, it's just practice. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed all these tutorials. I hope that this helps you guys with your extensions. I hope it's answered a bunch of your extension questions that you guys had for me. Again, all the products that I used in this video will be linked in the description box below. So I hope you guys liked this. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. And that's it. So I will see you guys soon in my next videos. Bye.